What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brandon, and the channel is 540 Flips. Today is Wednesday, January 17th, and hope everybody's doing good out there. Hope you're warm. There has been a rash of cold temperatures and nasty weather that has flown across the country, so we've gotten a little bit of snow here. Pretty chilly this morning. It's been below freezing all day, but things still roll on. Doing the recording a little bit different today. You see the GoPro is right here, so not doing it on the GoPro. I want to share some information with you guys, and I hope to incorporate more kind of like eBay tips, tricks, opinions, that sort of thing into the videos instead of just like talking head, uh, motivational. I want to keep on the motivational train, but also with a little bit of learning and that sort of thing in it. And so today I thought would be a good opportunity because I'm going to bring this up here and share this with you guys. So shout out to Max, Fast Talking Flipper. He did a video yesterday and he was talking about, he does a lot of his what solds, and he'll go pull his items and show what they sell for. And in his video yesterday, he talks about how he's getting a good volume of eBay sales, but his ASP, or average sale price, seems to be lower. And so it seems to be a lot of low dollar sales. And although he's getting volume, his dollar amount doesn't reflect the volume that is going out the door. And you hear a lot of people talk about, I don't want to sell anything under $15. I don't want to sell anything under $20. Or they talk about one of their goals will be increase their ASP, and you hear different things out there, said across the YouTube space and the reseller community. One thing that I have not ever really put a lot of focus or faith on is the ASP. And I wanted to share why. And I actually commented on Max's video and I said my current ASP is sitting at 344.8% higher than it was during my same period in 2023. I said, now, obviously, there's some elements and details to that which would explain why, but it's also why I don't ever compare my numbers to other people's numbers, because it's person to person and period to period individually that I feel matters most. And that is 100% true. I want to break down and share with you guys some of my numbers today and show why, I don't really throw full faith or don't like get so like no holds barred on what my ASP is, because there's a lot of things that can affect it both for myself or for other people, whether up or down. So I went on to say, the best part for me is, and it brings high hopes, is my gross and my net numbers are up higher. I had shared in my how much did I make in 2023, or my first year video, that in January and February combined, I was only at like $7,000 or $8,000. I can't remember exactly what the number was for 2023. And the important number for me there is for growth is I wanted to see an improvement this year on January and February. So yes, my ASP is up, but to counterbalance that, my actual number of sales is actually way lower. So I'm kind of seeing the opposite effect of what Max is talking about. Max is getting a lot of sales, but his are lower dollar sales. Mine, I'm getting fewer sales than I had, but they're higher dollar than I started out with in 2023. Now, why is that? Is it, what I'm sourcing? Is it, Max is sourcing worse items I'm sourcing? No, it's nothing to do with any of that. In fact, my 2023 ASP, it doesn't even give a full reflection of my overall reselling picture because of some elements and some things I'm going to share in this video. So if you're new here and you enjoy this kind of content, or if you like to learn more about reselling or just see different opinions or views or sides to reselling, jump on board, hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and comment down below. I always enjoy the comments and appreciate them. and always try to respond back. So be sure to comment. But let's get into the numbers. So what am I talking about? I'm going to start with 2023, and I'm going to kind of show you guys what my 2023 picture looked like. And remember, I am recording this. It is January 17th. It is 3:46 p.m. So I pulled up my report for January 1st through January 17th of 2023. You will see here in that 17 days, I had 171 sales. You might think that's awesome. You averaged over 10 a day. That's what resellers live for, right? It was good. The problem is, as you see here, my average sale price per item was $10.89. That's terrible. Remember, your average sale price is including the tax that eBay collects as well as your shipping that you charge for the item. So it's not even, I always calculate about 40% under. So really, what I was netting was about $6 per item on 171 sales. And you can see here, my gross number for that period was 1862. My net was 1291. That's not good in 17 days. So why was that? Well, let's go down here, and I'm going to show you guys exactly why it was. I mentioned that I started reselling in January, approximately January 3rd. And before that, I had an eBay store. I had listings in my eBay store, but it was all sports cards. And most of those sports cards were your cheap, $1.50, $2, $3, $5 cards. They were your, what we call in the card space, plain white envelope sports cards, which are $20 and under. And I sold a ton of them to start the year in 2023. You can see here, I had 124 one-time buyers, 5 repeat buyers, and it was 85% of my sales for the time period on trading cards. So that gives a big picture. You take this number and 85% of my sales was sports cards. My average sale price per item, you can see there, was $9.70. Very, very low, under $10. You come down here and you can see some of the other things, like this was an Apple mouse, an iMouse or whatever, Magic Mouse is what they call them. Here's some puzzles I sold. This is my wooden ammo box, that one of the first items I ever picked up from a Goodwill. I paid $3 for it. You see here, it sold for $42.49 all in. That was shipping and everything. I think it was like $29.99 plus shipping and tax, brought it out to $42.49. That was my first Goodwill. That's what got me the ball rolling on the reselling, was this item right here. Here's a video game. I don't know. I think that was like a Super Mario All-Stars game. We can actually go down here and kind of take a look and pull this and sort it. You can see all of these. This is actually all in with shipping and everything. All of these items that were under even $4, let alone $5, but like I have it 25 items per page here. This is page 2. Let's go back over here to page 1. I don't know why that says 0. That's a net sale of $1.34 and negative 204. It says I lost money on them too. So I'm not sure what happened there. They might have been refunds actually, because a lot of times plain white envelopes will not update the tracking. And if the buyer says they didn't receive it, I don't even argue. I just refund. So that's what happened there. That makes more sense. Here though, you see all of these under $3. You go over here, another page. These are all under $4. Page 3, we're still under $5. We're 75 listings in, and we're under $5. You get over here, you finally are over $5 all in. Probably, I don't know, 95 listings or so, 95 listings under $5. So that crushed this number. My ASP was trashed. Now, when you look at this, here is my 2023 for the full year, I finished the year at 36.84 on an average sale price. So when I started reselling and the higher priced items, it brought my average sale price up. But at the end of the year, I still can't really gauge and dictate what it overall was my ASP, because I still sold a lot of sports cards. I sold a ton of low end sports cards. It's something I enjoy. I have cards, y'all can see them like back here. I have them over here. I have like a little L-shaped table here. I will come up here some days and I will list cards, and I'll put $2, $3 cards up. That is a hobby for me, and I still mix them into my sales. So when I am looking at that ASP, it's pretty irrelevant for me, because think about this. If I sold 2 items and all in, the buyer paid $50 per item. So those 2 items average out, easy math, 50 bucks. But then let's add on, you know, 10 other items. So then we're at 12 items. And on those 10 items, they were $2.50 each, right? So that's going to put us at $25 on those 10. We got the two $50 items, which is 100. So we're at 125 total. If we divide that by 12 items, it brings our total down to $10.42, 41.6. So you see how quickly like that $50 ASP drops really, really quick. And so there's no secret, over 500 sales in sports cards in 2023. That was, I only sold 2554 total. So, that's what, 20% of my overall sales number. And actually that's just buyers. Some of the buyers buy multi-quantity. And so, that actually, it doesn't show your item number. I would have to do the math here and do like the total divided by the average sale price. And I don't even know if that would still give me, exact math on it. But either way, you can kind of get the idea where my ASP is drug way down. So let's look at where I'm at in 2024. And this is what I was talking about. And it's currently showing. So on Max's video, I said 344.8%. You can see currently, and here's first to the 17th versus first to the 17th. I'm sitting at 356% higher with a 49.68 ASP. I'm actually at only 93 total sales versus 171. So as you see, 45% less sales, but my numbers, all of my dollar numbers are up. Those are up. And that's the important thing. I'm worried this number, I want my gross number up, and this net number. Those have to be up for me to improve. This number is cool, but it's not telling the full story. Now, I am still my trading cards. They're my number one category still, because I have been listing some cards that are not just the low dollar cards. I've actually been listing some higher dollar cards, and some of those have been selling. If you look here, 26 and 1 repeat buyer, but my average sale price right now for cards is $64.67 versus over here where my ASP was $9.70. So this change and this change is why my ASP is so much higher. Now, obviously, I'm also selling a lot, I'm reselling as well. And comparatively here, those numbers are way, way down in 2023. But in 2024, my numbers have, they're up higher. I have 340 bucks already in hats. I told you guys in my how much did I make video, hats were my number one reselling category. Already starting that way this year. I'm at $339.75 on 12 hats, an average sale price of $28.31. Comparing to 2023, I finished with a $24.48. So I'm right there on par. with my average sale price on hats. I would actually love to improve this number over that 5,500. It would be awesome if I could hit 10,000 in hats this year. I don't know if it's going to happen, but we're going to work towards it. I'm going to continue sourcing them and everything and listing them. Now, that's another thing. Like, you'll hear people, I don't want to sell anything under $15. Well, being that I do source a lot of hats and I source them so cheap, a lot of them that I list and sell are $10, $12 hats. They're sub $15, but I'm picking them up at prices probably less than 50 cents average cost. And I'm turning that, 50 cents into $12. So I'm not opposed to that. People talk about what is your multiplier? Like, how much do you make on a multiplier? Well, you can do the math. 50-cent buy cost, you only need $5 to 10 extra money. So getting $12 is a really good profit margin on those. So I do hats, I do things like that. I don't mind selling 8, 10, $12 items because those items, the buy costs are so cheap. People that are more putting their goal towards raising their ASP, though, they're probably paying up on things to continue sourcing those 20, 25, $30 items, what have you. So that's another element to it. It depends how you're sourcing. Are you sourcing at a very low buy cost, or are you sourcing where you're paying up for items? If you're paying up, yeah, you might be selling higher priced items, and that ASP number might look prettier. Heck, your gross number might look prettier. Your net number might look prettier, but your costs have now risen just as well. So it's another element that you got to take into it. Personally, don't like when you're hearing these people discuss all of this, it can be very confusing, especially to somebody new. If they hear somebody say, well, I'm not selling anything less than $20, they're going to leave a lot of money on the table. And I highly, highly suggest if you are new to reselling, the key to growing your bankroll, to moving into better profit margins and things like that, is source the cheapest stuff with that's going to sell. Now, I don't mean just go out and blow money on stuff that's just going to sit there, but source the cheap stuff that's going to give you profit margins. If you can turn 50 cents into $10, do it, because you do that 10 times, you've just turned, $5 into 100. So you've 20x your money. So, and if you can continuously bankroll, and I call it the snowball effect. If you can compound and snowball that money, then you're going to build a better bankroll. If you're starting out, don't go hog wild, spend a bunch of money, because you just never know. You might buy things that you think are going to be great, and they sit there, and then you got a lot of funds tied up into it. So I really suggest just, starting small. I started with $10 at a Goodwill. I flipped that $10 into like 120, and then I went to an estate sale that I spent, I don't even remember how much it was, but I know four of the items I bought were $1 each, and I turned those into 800. Now, that's an unlikely scenario for folks. It helped me right out of the gate, boost the bankroll, confidence level, everything else. But I just wanted to share this. ASP, it's cool. It's one of those, I like to call them cool numbers, but it's not an end all be all. If your ASP is, 18 bucks, but your buy cost is 50 cents, you can do the math and what the profit looks like. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share. And again, you also don't know what everybody is selling. If you looked at mine, you might think, hey, that's great. In 2023, his average sale price was $36. But you might look at another person and there's this $50, and you might be like, well, why did this person did way better than he did? And the truth is that ASP number on my behalf is drugged down because of all those low dollar sports cards. And I'm not giving my sports cards up. I enjoy that. It's a hobby for me. It's mixed into all of the madness here. So anyway, I hope this helped explain the average sale price a little bit. Explain where, like, if you've seen my comment on Max's, go check out his channel. He's a good dude. He actually called me after I made that comment and stuff. We talked for a little while. Um, so yeah, go check out his channel. If you see the comment though, you're wondering how in the heck is he up 340 some percent? There you go. There's the math to the madness. And hopefully I can keep the number up. I have been listing some higher dollar items, even in sports cards. And so we'll see how it goes. But it's a long year ahead. Hope you all have been doing well so far. And I will catch you guys in the next one.